peace. Somebody in here with me already? Ashay. Peace to y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Chum on, chum on. I didn't think nobody was gonna be available today for the live. I just went live because my phone is full and I'm in the middle of editing several videos on several different devices. It's crazy. Yeah, so going live is the only way that I can connect right now when I need to get a message out. So peace to you. Peace, Lady Libra. Yes, you did. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Peace, Sageism. Hey, sis. You was first. Oh my gosh, Sageism over here breaking weirdo gay gang records. Oh, I love y'all. Peace, B-Hop72. Peace to you, Intil. Peace to you, Unicorrector. Well, you know, it's one of those goddess things where, I don't know, you wake up one day and you're just like, I just don't need to be like everybody else. I just need to be me, right? So yeah, it's kind of, I'm going through more transformation, and I wanted to channel while I had a free moment to do so, because just, yeah, it's crazy. Getting the time to do things is so difficult. Peace to you, Kimberly. Yes. It keeps freezing up. Okay, let me see if I can clear that issue up. Is anybody else having trouble? It's like, it's good on my end. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Well, maybe it'll clear up as we go. Yeah, hopefully it clears up, okay? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I actually, this was a gift given to me, actually. And, yeah, so it's crazy because Lakshmi, I've been working with Lakshmi, right? So peace to everybody. Hopefully I got to call everybody out. Ashe. I started working with Lakshmi, and, you know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, when it comes to working with goddess energies, their energy will call for devotion, and sometimes their energy calls for more devotion than you're able or willing or ready to give, and you don't want to lose yourself in the devotion of working with different goddesses or energies. And this is not just for women, you know, this is goddess energy, is the energy in which all creation comes from, right? So when you are in devotion and in communion with that transformative energy, you know, you can't go wrong. Things are just going to work out for you, and work out for you faster. So I have worked with Yemiya, I've worked with Sekhmet, I've been very, you know, open and transparent about many of the different spiritual systems and magical practices that I use. And because I am an empath, intuitive, psychic, clairvoyant, all of that, it is so easy for me to connect with energies. And, you know, with that comes the weight of communicating that information in a way where it's beneficial to people and not gonna get them stuck. So, like, there are other spiritualists who I've tried to, like, follow their blueprints, so to speak, as to how they walk their path and manifested certain things, and, you know, and it doesn't always work out for me, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was because I wasn't put here to follow to the T someone else's system. I was put here to tap into my authenticity. And as a white galactic wizard, for those of you who know your galactic signature, is one of the most powerful things that you can know and use in this whole awakening process. but magic just moves through me when I allow it to. So the reason I was hesitant with working with Lakshmi, I worked with Yemiya, I worked with Oshun, I've worked with Lilith, I've worked with Tiamat. Like, I've worked with so many different goddesses. And, you know, it's to a point now, I'm so glad that I've shed so much of the religious programming, because now I'm liberated to have these experiences without having the density of judgment and without having the energy of fear being anchored in me for working with, you know, these different energies. So Lakshmi, someone told me, now I don't know if y'all have heard this before, but again, I'm very clear about this. Like, I'm not initiated or anything. I'm going through spiritual awakening, and I'm walking my path and sharing that process. And so sometimes I meet people along the way and they tell me things that just kind of confuses me. But someone said, you know, that you should be careful about working with the Hindu pantheon, because when you die, you basically will become a slave to those gods or goddesses. And I remember hearing that, and I remember saying, okay, I guess I can kind of see what you're saying. And I did. I felt a little resistance, you know. And then once I just began trusting my inner GPS system, my higher self was just like, what the fuck do you mean? You're not gonna have to serve anything. You came to the 3D world to get free, to be liberated, to receive sovereignty, to exercise your free will, to be who you want to be, to make your mark in life the way you want to shed the fear, shed the doubt, to not be afraid to take a risk, take strategic risk, to follow what it is that resonates with you, regardless of what anybody else says. Like, why are you listening to that? What does your innermost being say to you? What is your womb saying to you? And I was just like, it's time for me to work with Lakshmi. So Ganesh showed up first, and I didn't even realize it until a whole year later. But let me tell you how it happened. And y'all know I keep receipts. I take screenshots and pictures of everything. And I don't have to do it, but I just think it's so beautiful to be able to share the synchronicities with y'all. But I went to a doctor's office, and I got lost. And the wrong door, which was the only door that was open, said Lakshmi on the front of the door. Like, I got the picture somewhere in my 17,000 pictures. Like, literally, I had that many pictures. But I took a picture of it, and I was like, okay, I see that you are speaking to me. You know, this was a year ago. So take your time when you're working with these energies, because when it is time for you to learn your lessons and have your own experiences, the synchronicity in the universe is just going to constantly echo whatever it is that is calling you. So that was a year ago. Fast forward to now, I bought some pajamas and was just in a hurry and a rush, wanted to buy some pajamas. I think we were going out of town or something. I was like, let me just hurry up and get some pajamas. And they had Ganesh all over them. And I was just like, this is interesting. I didn't even notice until after I unpacked. And then Lakshmi, like probably 2 or 3 weeks later, she shows up again and again. When I say she shows up, I mean, like, I'm seeing her name in places that I don't usually see her name. Other people are talking about her in their videos, just out the blue. Somebody I'm not even expecting. It might even be a video that a guy is doing. And, you know, dude be like, you know, Lakshmi teach you many lessons. And it'll come like that. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So when I decided to go ahead and work with her, once I got past the fear of having to serve in the afterlife, you know, and I dealt with that, y'all, man, like, the very first thing she said to me was, I want you to show people how to be higher value than what they have been. I was just like, what? Like, what does that mean? What do you mean? Like, we've been doing self-love work, shadow work, like we're going through the awakening. It's happening. She was like, yes, it's happening. But some of you are holding on to things that devalue you. And a lot of it was not even you. It had nothing to do with you. You were interacting with an individual whose vibration was a lower vibration of not feeling valuable, not feeling worthy, having their own wounds. Maybe these were your parents, the people that raised you, grandparents, siblings, friends, teachers. You know, it was so much conditioning. And then you heap religion on top of it, and that conditioning, where maybe you spent some of your life repenting for very human things that are just natural, like getting on hard or getting wet and turned on, and you know, now you got to repent. So maybe you went through some religious systems to where you just felt like you lacked value and you lacked worth. Maybe you were born into a bloodline where the women or men in your family have a tendency to get in toxic relationships, marry, and stay in them until they die, right? So you got all of these things that decrease your value and your worth and the way you feel about yourself. Maybe you were in a relationship with a narcissist, and it was just things that they would constantly say and do to you, and it made you feel like you lack worth. Like, I'm speaking my story as I'm saying maybe, like, this is my story. So, you know, I thought that I had done a whole lot better and had, you know, grown enormously. And she was like, no, the very first thing she said to me was, if you truly knew your value, you would not allow fear to get in the way. You would not be codependent in your relationships. When you know your value, when people walk away from you, you let their ass walk. It don't matter who they are. She was like, these are the signs of someone who knows their value. When you know your value, you know that whatever you put out in the world, it is going to be returned to you 30, 60, 100-fold, and you're going to reap more than what you sown because of your value, because you are good ground, because everything that you touch turns to gold. This is what I mean when I say, are you higher value? So I had to go through a process of self-realization. And it was simple things like these bangles, for instance, right? Ain't they beautiful? I have been wanting these bangles for like years. These are some bangles that I got from East India, actually. And I hadn't, I don't know. It's just kind of like I got bills, I got stuff to do, and I got, you know, Lakshmi is just like, no. Like, forget all of that. What do you want? And if you want it and the universe gives you a way to attain it and you still don't receive it, you have an issue with receiving because you're not a high value person. You are still operating, you're out of those systems that you've been shedding and purging, but you brought over some of the energy from those systems into your spiritual path. So you're still operating from a place of lack. You still have poverty contracts. You know, for some of us, we give a whole lot and we can't receive. For some of us, we just take, and we can't give because we're so afraid that we'll be left with nothing. So there's always two sides to the coin. Things, you know, go different ways, whatever it is for you. So when I invited her into my day-to-day life and my consciousness to just teach me these lessons, I went to Walgreens. I was not intending on telling y'all this story, but I got the time. I got a minute, so I'm going to share this with y'all. I went to Walgreens, and she was just like, I could hear her so clearly. And you know when it's a specific deity that you're working with, because the stream of consciousness is in alignment with what they represent. So when I went in Walgreens, I didn't even go in looking for any of the stuff that I came out with, but I ended up coming out with $220 worth of stuff. And I still don't quite know how it happened, but the very first thing that happened was she was like, "You're high value. Yeah, this is Walgreens, but they have some high value things in here." And I was like, I don't understand. So, baby girl with me, and our daughter. So I'm just like, bear with mommy, because I'm standing in the middle of the store channeling, having this conversation with Lakshmi, and I'm almost getting into an argument with her because I couldn't comprehend what she was trying to get me to see. So I already had in my mind before I went in how much money I was going to spend, and based on my budget. And she's just like, you're high value. You don't have to base everything on your budget all the time. That's a great, wise thing to use for financial management. But if you're using it because that's your comfort zone, because you're afraid that you won't be able to make more, or you're afraid that you may make a bad decision and spend some money, and then something comes up and now you don't have money for that thing that came up. Like, if you're operating out of fear, then you still have this unhealthy attachment with poverty, and just with not feeling like you're enough. So I walk down the aisle and I see these mink lashes that I've never seen in Walgreens before. And they were made in Paris, and it was this whole setup, and I was reading about it. And I picked it up, I put it in the basket. I didn't even look at the price. So I saw another pair and I was like, those are pretty. Picked it up, put it in the basket, didn't even look at the price. Usually I'm looking at the price before I even pick it up. Definitely not picking nothing up and just putting it in the basket. So I'm allowing myself to be in full surrender to her energy. And as we're walking, I get to the next aisle. She's like, go down this aisle. And I'm saying this because I know for some of you, you've been trying to connect with spirit guides and energies and angels and maybe demons, divine feminine energy, goddesses, and maybe you have a hard time connecting and being sure what's you and what's not you. So I'm sharing this story hoping that it inspires you to be able to connect better. And see, this goes back to the sacral chakra. Like I sleep with my right hand on top of my left hand and my two thumbs touching. I sleep like this now. And so that's a mudra to heal the sacral chakra. But it's the creativity. You need the ability to be creative to be able to allow energies to teach you, because they're going to teach you through your surroundings. And they're gonna use things in your environment in a creative way to teach you lessons. So I'm gonna, I cannot wait to complete this story. And I have the receipt. I posted one of the receipts, which was 8888, and that is her number. So she just kept showing up. But anyway, so I get to the next aisle, and there's this really beautiful scarf. And I love scarves, hats. I'm definitely a girly girl, but I definitely can move between both energies, so I can be very masculine when I want to be, but I'm really comfortable in my feminine energy. So I pick up this scarf and I'm like, this is so pretty. Not even noticing the scarf was made in Italy. Wait a minute. I didn't say China. The scarf was made in Italy, and it was the only one, just like the mink lashes, it was the only one in the store. So I took this as a sign from her, because she was pointing out to me, I want to show you how high value things, even though it's not about the material per se, it's the lesson. I want to show you how when you are a vibrational match for high value things, experiences, and people, that is what you will attract to your path. And by it being the only one, both times, you can't argue with that, So I put it in a basket. I'm like, okay, I got this beautiful scarf. It's made in Italy. This is crazy. I got these mink lashes that were made in Paris. The girl that worked there, I'm just like, you have any more of these? She was like, no, that's the only one. It was just crazy. She's like, I've never even seen that before, but I know for sure we don't have any more of those. So it was just, I was just, because I was doubting the connection, So we continue walking, and of course, my daughters. I mean, children are so in alignment with source energy without all the programming. It's ridiculous. You can learn so much from them. She's just like, Mom, this plushie is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Look at her eyes. Oh my goodness, I must have this. She's like, just, she is just, she everything. So I'm just like, okay, baby, this is the lesson. Yes, you can have it. She's like, what? Really? So she has that. We're walking through Walgreens. So then I get to the soap section, and I'm a natural sister, so I'm always looking for natural stuff. I don't want nickel hairpins. I don't want aluminum in my body, like nothing. So I'm just like, okay, I usually order my stuff online, but okay, I'm here. They had this scrub, and it was like a avocado, tea tree, and a lemon and something else exfoliating cane sugar scrub that I had never seen there before. And I picked it up and I smelled it, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I gotta have this. So I put it in a basket. Usually at this point, once I got about 4 or 5 items, I'm like, okay, am I going way over my budget? Like, budget wasn't even nowhere in my mind. There was no attachment to money whatsoever. I was 100% confident and sure that I would never be in lack because of my value, because of the value of who I am. It has nothing to do with the things. It's who I am. So my basket ends up full, okay? It's probably like 16 items in the basket. I get ready to check out, and I smell this strong floral scent. It smelled like, I don't know, reminded me of being in the tropics or something. And I was like, what does it smell? And I hardly ever act like this. It's the sacral chakra healing because it makes me so sensual, and I'm just so into my 5 senses, and I want to feel good. I want stuff to feel good on my skin. I want stuff to smell good. I want things to taste good. I want experiences that are just delicious, right? So, but I'm a worry wart because I'm a fucking empath. So I'm always picking up on what's happening in the world. Even like years before stuff happened, I'm very sure it's going to happen. And I'm having to deal with that 24/7. So I'm just like full sensual GPS. I don't give a fuck about nothing but things that make me feel pleasure. So I get ready to check out, and I finally realized where the smell was coming from. Y'all, it was one hydrangea. Am I saying it right? A hydrangea flower. And it was pink and green, and it was so beautiful. The smell was so strong. I don't know, I could just smell it throughout the whole front of the store. So I asked the guy, I said, do you have more of these? And he's just like, nope, that's the only one. Like, here we go. Okay. So I'm like, Lakshmi, I've been smelling this flower. I'm here now. I know what it is. Am I supposed? She's like, yes, I want that on my altar. So I'm like, okay. And I already have her statue. I ordered her statue probably like a month and a half ago. So again, you be patient. Like, you might have stuff that you've been buying and you don't know why you're buying it. Just be patient, hold on to it, and you will be divinely guided as to why you're buying those things. So I get ready to check out, and it was some other really high price things. It was like I picked up the highest price items in the store intentionally, but it wasn't intentionally. So the guy that was checking out, it was taking him forever to check me out. And I had somewhere I needed to be, and I didn't want to be late. And I wasn't trying to be rude. And I'm just like, okay, is something wrong? And he's just like, well, your total came out, it was over $200. You only have about 17, 16 items. I'm just going through making sure I didn't do something wrong. And I'm like, well, is it rare for you? I was like, is it rare for like this many items? Do you think you run something up twice? And he was like, I had to have run some stuff up several times. She also had me pick up a green dress, and I don't have it on today. I'll probably wear it when it gets a little warmer outside, but I didn't even know green was associated with her. So this just shows how, like, I didn't know. I was just allowing this energy to teach me. And he discovers that nothing is rung up twice. And he says to me, this is your total. And so I pull my card out, I make the payment, we're walking out the store, and as I'm leaving the store, the guy behind the register, I mean, he was just really like, almost like he wanted to, I don't know, he wanted to find out why in the hell was I spending that much money in Walgreens. So sure, that's what he wanted to know. So I get in the truck and I'm waiting on the, you know how you didn't spend too much money and then it finally hits you. So I'm waiting on that feeling to occur, and it's just like, damn, like, what is wrong with me? And it never happened. I was just so freaking happy with everything that I had, and I felt like it was sitting there waiting for me. I felt special. I get to the truck and I find a coin, the shiniest penny I ever seen, but it was a really, really old penny. And it was sitting right by the driver's side of my truck. I pick it up, and I had just got through listening to, what's his name, that teaches about the ancestor altar and the ancestor money. He was one of the very first people that I felt like I really was able to understand the metaphysics behind having altars. I cannot think of his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's here on YouTube. He teaches about ancestor money, ancestor altar. Ali Myers. Thank you, Sages, who says, sis, see, y'all be so old point. We such a soul tribe. It's just one mind over here. So yes. So he was saying that when he started working with Lakshmi, I had just heard this unintentionally, that he started finding money. He was like, it don't matter how much it is. The point is that you're finding money. He was just like, that doesn't happen a lot, like especially now in these times. And that is so true. He said, so when you start working with Lakshmi or Oshun, he was like, what you will notice is that you'll just be in the right place at the right time to find money. He even said two dudes got to fighting, and while they fighting, one's just flying in the air. And he was just like, dang, that's for me. So he picking it up. He said he picked up about 50 ones, and then he found out that Oshun's number was 5. So this just shows you how the synchronicities work. So I got this lucky penny, and when I was a kid, I always felt like when I would find money, it was like something really special between me and God going on. We had, and so when I found the money, I was just like, okay, I'm putting this on the altar with the hydrangea and everything else. So when I got to the house, Lakshmi was just like, this is what it feels like to be high value. You don't worry. She was like, my energy is an energy that is anti-worry, anti-anxiety. I want you to relax. So I stayed up for like probably 2 days straight. I slept 2 hours. 2 days back to back, and I have these periods where I just can't sleep, and it's frustrating for me because I still have to get up and do homeschool and do stuff with the kids early in the morning. So I need my rest, you know what I'm saying? And so I was frustrated, but I knew I needed to get work done. I knew that these potions needed to be completed, so I'm trying to get the potions finished. And I was really tired, and Lakshmi was just like, you have done your work, relax. You don't have to do anything else. Stop feeling like you have to work for money. And I didn't understand this lesson. I'm like, what do you mean? She was just like, you applied what you needed to do. I was like, I did. You're tired, but now you're sitting here like, I need to edit some videos. I need to write a new blog. I got, I need to do some more research on this and make sure that I give them all the metaphysical benefits of the ingredients. Like, I'm such a freaking workaholic perfectionist. It's ridiculous. And that energy does not work well with goddesses like Lakshmi. Because what goddesses understand is that there are cycles. And feminine energy, divine feminine energy, is chaotic because it's always changing. Masculine energy wants structure and wants stuff to stay the same and not change. And so when I get into a toxic masculine energy, this is when I become a workaholic. I'm not even trying to rest and relax. I'm just focused on the work, work, work. And she was basically like, just lay your ass down. Just lay your ass down and meditate. And my mind was just racing. I couldn't disconnect. I'm thinking about y'all. I'm just like, okay. I told him that we were going to get this course ready. All of this. And she's just like, see, this is what I'm talking about. You are not acting like you're high value right now. You're acting like you got to slave and struggle for every good thing that comes to you. And I was just like, damn. Like, Lakshmi, I thought like you was like real mothering and easy, and no, she's just really straight to the point. She's sweet and nurturing, but she is straight to the point, straight no chaser. And and it is because of her, she took my potions to a whole new level. And I didn't even think I wasn't even trying to level up, but it just did from working with her. So I had to share this story with y'all and say to you, if you are in a relationship or a situation or even a job, you don't feel like you're being valued, begin strategizing and using your creativity to transition from where you are to being in a place where you will be appreciated, revered, respected, and valued. But it has to start with how you feel about yourself first. How much do you value yourself? How much do you value your health? Like are you eating things that tell your temple, I value you? Are you doing things that communicate to your higher self that I am really ready to make decisions to lead me to my best life? I want to embody my higher self. Because being higher value is how you connect with your higher self. And the bridge to getting from the trauma, the wounding, the programming, and getting to a place of being a high value man or woman, that bridge is created by the decisions that you make from day to day. For me, my issue with valuing myself, my energy, my body, I had a relationship where I knew this man had no control. He was just a straight up dog type dude, and I knew this, and I was still open myself up to him, have my heart just laid open, and it was in ignorance, but I knew that I was not valuing myself. And because of my own wounds and trauma enmeshment, trauma bonding and codependency and having unhealthy love attachment, I didn't know how to value myself. I didn't even know where to begin. Like where do you even begin doing that? Like, what do you change? So it may start with you changing the outside, doing things to the outside to make you feel better. Maybe you start working out or doing yoga or getting massages or, just finding things to do to make you feel better about yourself on the outside, but know that it is an inner work. And yes, you can see it on the outside, but it is an inner work. So, like even today for me, she was just like, don't put any makeup on. I'm like, what? Just don't put on any makeup. Like, you don't need no foundation. You don't need no concealer. You don't, y'all know I'm a makeup artist. So, I love doing that. And the lesson in that wasn't, it had everything to do with how I feel about myself and how I value myself. And she was just like, you're enough just as you are. I'm not saying you can't wear makeup, but there are just times where you need to pull back from the external and focus on what's happening within so that your reality, your world begins to shape itself in alignment with what's happening inside of you. So that is the lesson from Lakshmi. It's freezing up for you. I'm sorry, Unica. Sis, hopefully maybe you can rewatch it later. Let me see what y'all saying. Yep, Ali, thank you. Y'all, see, I knew y'all was gonna know. Yes, the self-preservation. What's up, Sexy Val? Yeah, I never knew how to really preserve myself. It wasn't something that I was allowed to do. You're burning your money incense right now, Shakoya. That's what I'm talking about. Peace, Clint. How are you? Shakoya, you says you want to quit the job. I dread working in corporations so much. I feel you so much with that. Let me see if I can give you some high value information for that. So when so see, it's weird, okay? Because now that we are getting the DNA upgrades, right? We're becoming more aware of how we are. And so what happens is you start experiencing yourself in alternate timelines. So maybe in another timeline, in another reality, the you that's sitting here now, but just a different version. Because you have to think about how many cells is within the body, right? And you have to think about mitosis and meiosis and the way cells regenerate. And so that is just a microcosm of the macrocosm. So yes, there's more than one you. There's more than one me. There's a you who made different decisions that did end up in a corporation, still is experiencing the awakening and very happy with where they are, and that is bleeding through. And you can feel your inner being saying, okay, this is not in alignment anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore. So, you know, my advice to you would be, while you are there, and if this job is at least providing for you, while you are there, continue to shift your mindset, continue to shift your value system. Make sure that your affirmations are a vibrational match to your aspirations. So let's just say you want to be able to have your own company, you know, and maybe you would like for it to be like a spiritual based business or something. Let's just, for example, maybe you want to do Reiki, you know, then you would use your job as the projector. So you start dressing like you're already her. You go to work with the mindset that I'm not even walking into a company who doesn't care about their people, you know, the people working here. Like, you shift your mindset where you're like, even though I'm here and I'm working for another company, I really own this shit. I own all of this. I run all of this, but I'm undercover. It sounds crazy, but again, this goes back to creativity and imagination. We are magicians. Third eye, magi, magician, and create nations. We create worlds. So you go to work with that aura and practice being in that aura. By you practicing doing this and releasing resistance to being there, your eye is going to open up, and there may be people there. You may not even be there for you anymore. You may be there for one person and one conversation that needs to happen. And once that happens, then something else opens up for you that's in alignment with where you desire to go. That's usually how this happens, and you're going to get confirmation, synchronicity. So I would say to you, act as if. You are already her. And begin to detach yourself from the vibrational relationship that the corporation causes you to feel. And this is something else I've been doing, and it's challenging because you have to be like, okay, I'm in this 3D world, I'm in this 3D system. I feel these very 3D reactions that are completely natural and normal for me to feel. I'm not really vibing with this right now, but I'm multidimensional. I'm a God goddess awakening. I speak those things that be not as though they are. Why? I don't have to behave as if I'm a slave, right? I don't have to behave as if, no, they should be very thankful that I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm going to do everything that I can to the best of my ability, to the excellence that matches where I'm heading. And honey, it won't be long. You won't be there too much longer because you're not a vibrational match to be there. This is the key. The law of attraction seems so complex, and it gets so frustrating because, especially for star seeds, like, we know that it's not supposed to be like this. Like, your inner being, your higher self feels this shit, and you're like, life is not supposed to be like this. Like, we know, and we're just in that difficult space of having the 4D 5D consciousness, being able to perceive things and see things for what they are, right? But now, what are you going to do about being able to see things for what they are? What are you going to do now that you have realized you're Neo and that you can see the framework of the matrix? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do different? Neo started training himself to move different within the matrix. He didn't try to get rid of it. What he did was focus on himself. And, and with practice, and a teacher came along to help lead him and guide him. And this is how it works. When the student is ready, the master appears, the teacher appears, kind of thing. And so for me, it's more so working with energies than with people. But yes, when you are a vibrational match for what you match for, nothing can stop it. You can't even self-sabotage yourself when you trust that your higher self is always leading you to the place that you desire to be. There is no self-sabotage. You might make mistakes, you might make bad decisions, and things might get delayed, but at the end of the day, shit gonna work out for you. So you want to make sure that your affirmations are supporting your aspirations. And sometimes we aspire to be wealthy, right? We aspire to be millionaires and billionaires, but then our daily self-talk is the complete opposite. It's not even matching our aspirations. So this when you gotta be like, you know what? Let me speak the opposite and use affirmations that fit what I am aspiring to reach. So I hope that helps. Let's see. What else we got going on in here? You just met a coworker that is into magic. See what I'm talking about? See? And look, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I ended up at church, and I was only at this church for this one person in the church. That was the only reason I was there. And I didn't know who it was. I didn't know why. I just knew that I was there for one person. And when I met her, I knew after that I was not going to have anything else to do with church. It was crazy. I just knew. And that's just a perfect example of how sometimes you're in the environment or circumstance in your life that you are, because there's another soul that you're going to have an interaction with that's going to change the trajectory of their life, So yeah, just think broad and think bigger. The story is weaved so beautifully. And when you allow yourself to be more free and liberated in your thinking, then your perception does shift and change. Oh, wow. See, sageism, you see what I'm talking about? You receive a good size amount of money this morning. Yes. See? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. I shave. Peace X Unknown. What's up? What's up, fam? Man, it is. It really is. You acted like, Anika says, I acted like I own the place. Now I manage it. But time to move on somewhere else. I shay. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. See, so don't forget to hit the like, y'all, and subscribe and hit the bell so when I come on and when Ernest comes on, you won't miss us too. But so this is where we are now energetically. So for the month of April, what we will be called to do is to perceive the way things are, but to be courageous enough, bold enough, fearless enough, and slightly crazy enough to say, I don't give a fuck what I see. This is what I know. I don't care if the repo man, somebody call you like the repo man in the apartments. And you can be like, I don't give a fuck. What I see is what I know. Like this is what this is what is being asked of us as a collective of people who are awakening and creating a new earth, where we learn to stop surrendering to what is and stop being overwhelmed by what is and be inspired by what you know. Because what you know will bleed itself into your reality of what is, and it will change it. And it is the consistency of just relaxing and trusting. And then when it is time that you speak what you know, I don't care if your high school sweetheart and you feel like they are your twin flame and y'all are supposed to be reunited, and it's just like it's not happening. You feel it strongly. Maybe you having dreams. Like I was dreaming about Ernest before we got together. So maybe all of this stuff is happening just like, it don't even matter what I see. It's just what I know. I just know it's just destined to happen. Like this is the kind of energy we have to be in. And one thing that I took from religion that I have held on to, which was the scripture that says we walk by faith and not by sight. We speak those things that be not as though they are. Like that's some crazy ass radical shit. I was walking through a 2-bedroom apartment, maybe 700 square feet, and I treated it like it was a palace because I just knew that I was gonna have more. So what I saw had to change. It had to transform because what I knew, what you know, will override what you see with consistency. So I treated that apartment like it was a palace, and even when I look back, I don't post a whole lot like pictures in my life, and you know how people make the videos and they're like, I manifested this house, I manifested my 2-story house, I manifested this really nice Denali or Cadillac truck or Suburban or Corvette. People make these videos and like, I manifested my twin flame, my soulmate. I manifested having children. They told me I couldn't. Like, I've done all of those things. And I very rarely even just like, you know, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very happy. I'm very proud of what I was able to do and manifest, and to come from being sick and homeless with no help to where I am now. I'm very grateful, because this is why I do this. This is why I do what I do. However, I feel like sometimes it's detrimental when you make your manifestation, like, I don't know, it can sometimes off a vibration is not beneficial to people. So it's good to let people know, look, I did this and you can too, you know. But I don't make that the whole focus of everything. You know, I'm always zooming out and looking at the broader perspective of things. So with that being said, like, just know that whatever you are seeing it, and it looks like it's in contrast to what you desire, because the whole purpose is for you to call it into being. Like that's what gods and goddesses do. We create worlds. And you know, I was thinking about this, and I was just like, you know, a lot of us could be doing more, but we're not, because we're unsure. And you know, and I feel like I feel like a lot of y'all can relate to this. You're just unsure. You know, maybe you got a lot of different gifts and stuff, and you're just kind of unsure of what you should do next. And I would say to that, when you feel that way, wait on clarity and the synchronicities. Sometimes you just gotta wait until life just put you in a corner to where you turn into a fucking animal, and you go into beast mode, and you stop giving a fuck what people think, and you just go for what it is that you want. Like, sometimes that chaos is what's necessary to give birth to what you're creating. So, you know, the goal is to just relax and not be in resistance, and to resist being in fight or flight, and know that you are worthy, like you are valuable. You deserve every fucking good thing that you want. Even the stuff that ain't even came into your mind yet to perceive, imagine, that you desire. You deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve that just because you are here. Just because you exist. Why do I deserve every good thing? Because I exist. Well, did you work for it? Nope, not really. I did things when I was inspired. Like that, like that's the new earth shit. That's the age of Aquarius shit, where you do things because you feel passion to do them, not out of obligation, not out of fear and I'm afraid that I'm not gonna have anything. Y'all, like, I'm telling y'all, like, this is the true work. And so I'm so glad that it took me a whole year. Bobby Hemmings did a lecture about Lakshmi, and looked like he went on for probably 6, 7, 8 hours with this lecture. And y'all, you should be able to find it. It's really not hard to find, but I had even watched that and still didn't feel inspired and ready to work with her. And I see why, because you know, my consciousness needed to be in a place where I was able to receive these lessons. And yeah, she is bold. She is really, really bold. Like, Lakshmi has a side to her that people don't really talk about. She's very, very bold, very, very matter of fact. I'm sure. I don't need to see it to believe it. I create it. I am it. Kind of energy. And it's so opposite of me and my, you know, I'm shedding all of these different false selves. And a lot of us have imposter syndrome because of the conditioning and the programming. So you're trying to figure out who you really are and what you really like and what you don't like and all of that. So, you know, I feel like working with deities is really, really good for people who are having to purge all of these different facets of what you thought was your personality that you are now realizing was your conditioning. And along the way, meditating, relaxing, breathing. I know y'all hear the same stuff over and over and over, but the magic is in the very subtle things, and the universe will open up to you. Like, money just been coming to me from all different directions. It's so crazy. And I do have moments where I'm like, I don't deserve all of this. And again, that's when higher self step in and be like, see, there you go with that shit again. Like, why are you saying that? you know, and I'm like, well, you know, it was easy, or it just like what? So so you want to be a slave? Okay, so all right, that's what you want. So the universe gonna make you work hard for everything. I'm just not in the school of thought of working hard, like for real. I it's not about that. It's about working with passion, not working hard. That sounds like something that you just hate and you having to do it, but just finding passion. So if you're at a job, and let's just say this job, it just seems like it's so opposite of your vibes and where you're trying to go, find something to be passionate about while you are there. You might just be passionate about allowing your energy, because you are a grid worker, because your consciousness is changing, and because you move through these different energy fields. Just by you being in this place, there's a shift happening. I mean, it kind of sounds like some arrogant shit, you know, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is. We need more arrogance. We need to brag, because, and not in an ego way, but in a way of, I'm perfectly imperfect just as I am. I am enough. I can brag because I am enough. I am enough. It's just that simple. We need that false humility, false morality, all of that stuff that we was conditioned to believe. It's not even true. And you have to learn how to preserve your peace, preserve your joy, yourself. If that means that you go in hermit mode for a little while and maybe ain't fooling with nobody, and maybe some of the things you used to do you don't do no more, so be it. Because it's just like, I want to be done with mundane shit. I don't want shallow friendships. I'll just hang out with my spirit guides and my ancestors for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you need that time to spend time with your spiritual family, with your spiritual health. So it's just looking, shifting perspectives, look at your situation, and then see what's not serving you, and then adjust yourself. Work on adjusting yourself day by day. Make sure that you are having affirmations that support your aspirations. Make sure that the meditations that you consistently feeding yourself. So if you know you have an issue with being codependent, or have an issue with worrying all the time, or have an issue with being able to let go and just trust that the universe is going to work things out for you on, you know, on your behalf, then you want to consistently, so have you a meditation already ready before you even go to bed at night. You know, set the intentions before that day even come, like, tomorrow this is what I'm going to accomplish and achieve. And you're not gonna get it right every single day. Some days you're gonna be like, I'm gonna do yoga, and then I'm gonna do smoothies all day, and then your ass end up eating a pizza and going to sleep. It happens. Okay, so then how do you take that and make that work for you? By not judging yourself, by not feeling guilty about it, by not feeling shame about it, by not feeling like this somehow has decreased your value. Your value is not based on, Lakshmi told me, y'all have been basing your value system. You need to restructure your value system, because the things that make you feel valued really are no longer serving you. So if feeling valued means having a lot of family around you, maybe having a lot of people call you on your birthday, or maybe if you get hurt and people come to the hospital to see you, like, if those things make you feel valuable, all of a sudden nobody does that, that's because the universe is just like, that don't need to be a part of your value system, because you're giving your power away. You're allowing people to create a false sense of value for you by how they behave. Your value system just needs to be based on you and you only, and how you feel about you. And people who don't value you, they'll just not want to interact and be around you. You really won't even have to do anything. The universe will just clean up your life. But just make the adjustments. Be committed to yourself and devoted to yourself. And releasing the judgment. Replacing the negative critical self-talk with things that support you. Like this I know it's so many, I know it's so many spiritual teachers teaching so many different things, and it's just like, I don't know which thing to do, you know. So I would say focusing on the self and giving yourself value, you know, and restructuring. Why don't you make a list? These things resonate with me, as being high value. These are high value personality characteristics. These are high value ways of thinking and perceiving situations. You know, and again, it's a little crazy. It is, because you become radical minded. You know, the more liberated you become, the more radical you become. So yeah, that, you know, that's the key to being high value. Self-discovery is the best discovery. Yes, it is. Sequoia Bobby showed up in my dream a couple of times. I'm not gonna even get into what happened in one of them, because oh my goodness. But yeah, Bobby's still around. He's definitely still around, you know. He actually gave me a lot of books too. Led me straight to a whole bunch of books. It's just crazy. So that's why we're gonna be making these books available to y'all too. Don't worry, we're working on it. We do. When we do our webinars, a lot of times we will make some of these books available. So if you've been missing out on that, this might be a good time for you to get in on those webinars. And look, y'all ain't even gotta have no money right now, you know, because we always do some free a free webinar before the paid webinar. So go on the website and check that out. And whatever, we always give out free gifts with stuff too. Free downloads, free books. Yeah. Oh, one track. My reading with you was very powerful. It gives me the power and confidence. Laugh out loud. I listen to him daily. Thanks, Cam. Oh, that's what's up, Trek. That's what's up, one track. Yes, your reading was so powerful. Yes, it was. Bobby said how gods and goddesses manipulate energies for the greater good. Absolutely. And they live inside of us. They live inside of us. They just need to be activated. Oh, thank you, Sageism. She's like, you just own it, day, Cam. I don't know if that's how you said it, but that's how I read it. Let's see. Is anything else? Let me make sure I'm not skipping anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to get off here. I got to go. Yes. Thank you, One Trick. Yeah, the readings with me, you know, you said it best. It's like a conversation, and it really is. I don't know. The readings I did yesterday, they leave me speechless sometimes. I just step out and let my higher self take over. Gaia University, you are already what you desire to be. Now, if you simply want to play a role to experience a journey, however, just understand it is just that, an experience. Ye are gods already. Yes, 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 Gaia. Yes. Yes. Oh, that is how you said it. Yeah. Say. I be knowing. So, yes. Okay, so before I get off, y'all, the sacral chakra potion is ready to go. Y'all, wait a minute. Let me shake this up so I can see. Oh, thank you, sis. May they return to you 30, 60, 100 fold. And you know what we said is coming. That's why y'all getting checks or getting money out of nowhere. Look, we're not over here on no scam shit. If y'all gonna be giving donations and energy and support, you gonna be reaping the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that moralism shit, that's bullshit. But integrity is everything. Integrity is currency. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. So y'all see how much gold I put in here? Oh my gosh. Talk about energy. I mean, I wrote the blog with everything that's in here. Like, the smell. The smell. I'm gonna be real. I didn't make this for this reason, but I'm just telling you, for those of you all who already put your orders in, we're gonna be getting orders out soon. But I'm just telling you, do not be surprised. Don't be surprised when like shit just literally start unfolding for you, because the sacral chakra holds a lot of secrets, that have not yet been revealed. And this, I can't even explain. If you're trying to come up with a project, write a book, you want to be more creative, maybe you want to recreate your life, recreate you, change your reality, Go to the website, remnantsgathering.com. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist, and I wrote this long blog, and I want to make sure every detail I could possibly put in there was in there. And again, making potions, that's something you have to do with integrity. And this potion just profound. And even people who feel like they have energy blockages and chakra blockages, this potion right here, you feel the movement and the vibration. And Ernest is one of those people, he like, I feel like I'm all blocked up, I feel like my chakras blocked. But when he used this, he was just like, babe. And I was just like, that is the power of creativity. That is the power of sexual energy. That is the power of Kundalini energy. Like, it's regenerative. It is restorative. It is attractive and magnetic. So read the blog. Don't believe nothing that I'm saying. Read the blog. Read the testimonials. I share reviews periodically. Like, the potions are legit. It don't matter which one you choose. It's just, I'm so grateful and thankful that I can bring this to Gods and Goddesses Awakening. This is a big deal. Oh my God, like, I want everybody to get to experience this, like, real talk. And I already know it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be like, y'all, I got so many orders, hold on, because it's been like that once or twice before and I got overwhelmed. But it's all good because everything is working out for us, right? Everything is always working out for us. It is all beautiful. And with abundance comes more responsibility. So it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. And I want you all to have this experience. So I'm going to go. Somebody's ringing my doorbell and I don't know why, but I gotta go. I love y'all. Y'all will not see us this Sunday unless we do a short video, because this Sunday is Ernest's birthday, April 11th. And we're gonna be celebrating his birthday. We gotta turn up, quarantine turn up. But yeah, we gonna figure out a way to turn up. So yeah, we might jump on for a moment, but I love y'all. I thank y'all. Go to remnantsgathering.com for the online classes, the potions, the blogs, the crystals. We always adding stuff on there, y'all. So just go check it out, do those courses, and we will hopefully see you all again soon. Y'all already know it's coming. Man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace.